Dad Gaming. Of course, I am Lemon76 of Wonder Dad Gaming. Thank you for joining me today. We, of course, have another budget review because that's what our channel is all about around here. Of course, this is the first for us. This is the first time we've had an EVGA keyboard. They just started launching a new line of keyboards. They have the Z20, the Z15, and now the Z12. The Z20 is an optical keyboard. The Z15 is a hot swap mechanical keyboard, and this one is a membrane keyboard. And this is the cheapest out of the bunch. MSRP for this particular keyboard is $50. Now, I picked it up on sale. It has been going on sale a lot since it's released. I think it's only been out for 2 weeks now, maybe 3 by the time this video comes up. But I've seen it on sale quite a bit. I actually picked this up on Newegg for 25 bucks. So if you're interested, keep an eye on Newegg and other sites. These seem to be going on sale quite a bit. So what we're going to do today is we are going to, of course, go over the overview, see what the box says, do a quick little click-clack test, and then we'll bring you on in. I'll do it up close to show you everything about it, what the features of this thing is, and then we'll go over software, and then my conclusion, is this thing worth your time and your money? So we're going to go over the box real fast. Now, packaging is kind of simple. Z12, EVGA, nothing fancy there. Now on the back, it does kind of go over some of the specs and things like that, which we'll read right now. So, it claims 3mm travel distance. I have measured that, it's fine. Most membrane keyboards in this category usually have like a 4mm travel distance, so 3 is more in line with something like a mechanical switch. Spill resistant, this is a mechanical keyboard, so this one does have a membrane, or not mechanical keyboard, I'm sorry, I messed that up. This is a membrane keyboard. And because of that membrane, it does a really good job of keeping out liquids and things like that in case you spill on it. So if you are somebody who likes to drink while have like water or something while you're playing, and you're prone to spilling, look into one of these. To do Cherry MX style compatible keycaps. So one thing about this keyboard that a lot of other membrane keyboards on the market do not have is the ability to actually put in custom keycaps. Because most custom keycaps are MX Cherry style, they're the cross, and membrane keyboards usually don't have that type of switch setup. Now this one does. So this one will actually have the ability to put custom keycaps on it. And you know, I've done pudding keycaps, clear ones, all kinds on this channel. So a lot of those will fit this. Now when I get into the close-up, I will show you something up with the stabilizers that you gotta know. So it might make it a little harder putting your custom keycaps on it. So I will show you in the close-ups and let you guys know all about that. Spill resistant, we already went over that, and a 20 million life keystroke. So not as good as some of the mechanicals out there, which are around like 50 million. And I know the optical keyboards are, I think, around 100 million, so quite a bit. This one's 20 million, still really good. So let's go ahead and open it. Just open up the flap right here. And there's 2 little holes. You just put your fingers in them and you just give it a good tug. There it is. I'll set that guy down. My dog over here, this is Ginger. She likes to join me on these review videos now. Okay, let's go ahead and open this guy. Now, of course, I have opened this and used it before. The only thing you're going to see differently in here that you wouldn't see if you bought it brand new is it's not wrapped up in a bag. It's normally wrapped up in a clear plastic bag when you buy it. Packaging is very minimalistic, and that's a good thing because a lot of these companies are going with a neutral carbon footprint, so they use a lot of recycled materials. So now there's no wrist rest with this, it's just the keyboard. This is what it looks like when you get it out. It does have a braided cable, and it does come with a quick start guide, and that's it. It doesn't have anything else in here. This is pretty much all you're gonna get. And I'm gonna close that back up. Yeah, there's no wrist rest in this thing with this at all, which kind of puts it at a disadvantage if you compare it to something like the K55 by Corsair, which does come with a keyboard with a wrist rest right out of the box. This one does not. It does have a braided cable with the nice little Velcro cord strap, but it is not detachable. On the bottom, you got your EVGA logo and a lot of texturing. You got all your different footprints. You have drain holes, so in case you do spill, it will leak out. Of course, we'll go over this more in detail when we get to close-up. And then you have, if I can flip these up here because I have no fingernails. Okay. Ah, there we go. One of these days I'll just grow fingernails long enough to do this part. There. So, like I said, we'll go over this closer in the up close. Stop thinking about that. So you got full extension, which is your typical, and then you have a half extension. So there's two separate settings so you can get this right where you want it. It does sit a little high off of the deck, even flat. I do think so myself. So if you do decide to get this, I would recommend getting a rest. But let's go ahead and do a quick type test just so you guys can hear what this thing sounds like. This is a very quiet keyboard, being a membrane keyboard. There's no clicky switches or anything with this one. Pretty quiet. So here we go. And we're back. Okay, as you can see, pretty quiet. Very membrane keyboard sound to it. It is plastic made. It's not aluminum, so there is a little bit of a flex. But truth be told, how many people are gaming with their keyboard and flexing these things? Not me. I don't do that. I don't know too many people who do. Going over to overview real quick to the outside. You have your macro keys here on the side. You have this EVGA button. This is for locking your Windows key. So you click this, it locks your Windows so you don't accidentally click this while you're gaming. EVGA logo out here. Dedicated media keys over here. There is no volume control, but you do have play, pause, next track, previous track, and mute. Full numpad, full placement of keys and switches like that. You do have on keyboard RGB control, so if you don't want to use the software, you don't have to. But if you do want to utilize the macros, you will need to use the software, which we will go over. So that's a quick overview of the keyboard. So what we're going to do now is we're bringing it in close. Let's take a close look at it. I'll show you what it looks like with the keycaps off, so you guys can see how you actually can put your custom keycaps on it. I'll show you the stabilizers and all this stuff. Then we'll go over the software, and then we'll go out to the conclusion. So, well, let's go ahead and get to it. Okay, now that we are back to the good old close-up, I'm going to go ahead and I'll show you guys real quick the braided cable. So this is the braided cable, typical Type A on the end, and of course got your nice EVGA branded Velcro strap right there. So if you're not using it, it keeps it nice and tidy and all that stuff. So we'll go ahead and plug this in real quick so you guys can see the RGB. Ta-da! Look at that beautiful RGB goodness. Okay, so as you can see, there is a decent level of RGB on this. Now, without actually hooking this up to the computer, you do have RGB control right here. So you just have to hit function, and then you can change the different RGB zones and things like that. Now, I will tell you this right now. This does not. Now, this is a great. Okay, now this is a perfect example to show you. This thing doesn't have per key lit RGB. It has zone RGB. So each section has its own RGB. So we can do this. See? So that's the RGB that they have. So it's in zones. It's not in your standard per keylet, which you would normally get on a mechanical. Now, it's very common on something like a membrane keyboard to be zone lit instead of actual per key. So, anyways, let's go ahead and go over what's on here. Like I said, you got your macro switches on this side. And this is, like I said, if you click this, it activates your window lock over here. So basically, if you're in game and you touch, if you bump this while you're gaming, you won't be bumped out of your game for any reason like that. So, set that back off. Now, of course, up here you got all your indicators that your cap lock's on, your num lock's on, things like that. And then you have your dedicated media keys. Now, we only have play, track forward, track back, and mute. There is no volume control on this one, not like the Z15 and the Z20 both have like a roller right here. that would allow you to actually like adjust volume. This does not have that. So, okay, go ahead and that's pretty much it for the front. Like I said, we'll bring it back around so I can show you guys the actual like key features on the back. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and unplug this so I don't accidentally like do something on the computer because I'm not paying attention. Okay, so and go ahead and flip this around for you real fast. There you go. Okay, now look right here. You got your kick-ups. Now this does have two separate levels. If I can get my fingers in it, because I don't really have that good of fingernails. So your first stage is a short. I cannot get my finger up. Ah, there it goes. So you got a nice short style kick-up like that. Very typical. And then if you want a higher one, I am going to have to grab something to get this up. Hold on. Let me see. I think I got my one tool over here that should work just fine. Aha. So, if you have fingernails, this won't be an issue, but of course me, I don't have many fingernails. I'm a mechanic. Bad habit of mine. So, and this is what it would look like with the full one set up. So depending on how you want this to set, you can set this for like low heights or high heights, depending on what you want. And of course, these do have rubber on their bottom so they don't slip. You got your rubber mount here, 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 and here. And also right here, here, and here. So if you ever get any water actually in this keyboard, these are drain holes. So if you do make a spill on it, it has a way to get out. So this keyboard is going to do a pretty good job of actually preventing it from getting destroyed if you accidentally spill it. So now, what makes this keyboard a lot more interesting than some other ones that are out there is the fact that this one actually has the ability to use custom keycaps. Let me go ahead and plug this back in because it'll make it a little easier for you guys to see when I take these keycaps off. So go ahead and use our handy dandy keycap puller that you've seen on many of my videos. I'll pull these four out right here. You guys can see. Even though these are membrane, this is a membrane keyboard, which is really obvious when you took these off, is the fact that, hopefully this focuses, as you can see, there's MX stems, hopefully that focuses a little bit better, on these keycaps, or on these switches. And basically what this allows you to do, let me go and grab a couple other, I have a couple, aha, here we go. So, if you've seen that one review video I did for the Woz keys that are textured and stuff, so a custom keycap, but they do use, of course, the MX style of stem on them. That means I can take this little guy. I get lined up. There we go. Ta-da! So, if you have a set of custom keycaps like pudding keycaps or clear ones, all the different keycaps I've done reviews on this channel for, you can actually put them in here and actually use whatever you want. Now, I will admit something really quick for you guys is, because this is a standard layout, so you could go out and buy yourself a set, basically a standard set of keycaps, custom keycaps for this, and they'll go on here. But, and this is I'm already dreading this, is the space bar. It's the stabilizer. I'm hoping possibly this shift key might have one of these stabilizers in it too. Let's take a look here. Come on. Yep, it does. Okay, so if I can, hopefully this will focus. Okay, see this little guy right here? Let me see if I can get this to focus. Come on. There you go. I know it's probably not that great a focus of this. You see these little tabs right here? Okay. And then, up here, I'll bring this up for you guys to see. See, there's a wire in there. And that's the stabilizers. for this. It doesn't have like your typical cherry stabilizers and stuff like that. And basically what these do is these little clips here clip into these wires. So what that does is pretty much if you have like mostly a custom style of like you can get this to work with a custom set of keycaps, because a lot of these keycaps that come with it will have 3 MX points right here for you for it to attach to the stabilizers. But I won't lie, these little clips and this wire setup make it really, really hard to get this back in correctly, or have these clips pull out. And if these break, you're pretty much SOL. So if you are going to get a set of custom keycaps, be very careful when doing any of the keys that would have stabilizers, because this one's got, I believe this one's got like 4 or 5 different, actually it's like 4 stabilizers, but this one's only got 2. This one's got 4. So be very careful. I was kind of glad that this one had it, because I didn't really want to take the space bar off, because it was a pain before. So, and what you have to do is you have to line it up perfectly, and then you'll hear it click, and then it'll go in just fine. So if you are going to replace these keycaps, just be very careful when you do that, because if you break any of those little clips or bend that wire in any way, yeah, you're pretty much going to be out of luck. And trust me, you don't want to destroy your space bar on your keyboard, then you're not going to be able to use it, and then you're out of luck. So I would call that a definite con in this. Yes, it can accept custom keycaps, but you got to be very careful when you're doing it. If you're just replacing all the regular keys, it's no issue. It's easy. I mean, everything, it's just a simple MX style. Now, what I wish they would have done if they were going to, even though these are replaceable keycaps, is I think they should have included like either a wire puller or even just your standard old ring puller, because to really kind of push home the fact that this thing is customizable. So, okay, let's go ahead and go over the software real quick, and then we'll go back to conclusion, and we'll wrap this video up, and I will tell you everything I think about it. So stick with us. Okay, now we're going to go over the software. So this is the software that you can get from EVGA. It's known as Unleash RGB. This thing also controls the key configure, windows and what function does. Also, you can character repeating speeds and all that stuff. Do that all right here. Also, if you click settings, you can go ahead and check for the latest firmware. And then you gotta click OK and go back. Now, if you see a Z15, that's because actually my main keyboard right now that I've been using is a Z15. If you are curious about seeing a review for that video, leave it down in the comments. I will try to do a review on that before too long. So, as you can see on the right side, you have 9 different profiles. And so you can set each one of these up a different way that you want. So, what lighting effects, or maybe you have macros set for different games, you can go through here and set them. Let's go over to lighting effects. Now, as you can see here, because this is a membrane keyboard, there are zones. It's not individually key lit. So you can only light up a certain zone at a time. So, and also that's one downfall about this particular keyboard is the RGB is kind of lacking. There's not many modes. Sorry about that. Anyways, so these are the ones you get. You get static on, breathe, pulse, rainbow wave, and trigger. Trigger basically is if you hold a key in that particular zone, that zone will light up. You can change the color right here, brightness, speed, direction, and you can have it start with a certain profile or never stop, or have it stop after a certain time. Like I said, and you can also change which zone you want to lit up. So like I said, it's not the greatest amount of RGB. I believe the K55 by Corsair does a little bit better job. But it's still kind of basic. It still works. So then you can go to key assignments, where you can actually change individual keys to do certain things, except for the function, Windows, and the E key. And then last but not least is the macro editor. So I remember I'll go back over here, I'll show you. Over here on this side of the keyboard, you have your macro keys. So you would go here into the macro editor part, and then you would be able to import new ones, add new ones, set up your record. Now, personally, I don't use macro keys, but some people do. So if that's what you want to use, then this is the best way to do it. This is one thing you definitely would need the software to run. You can't do macros without the software. So that is pretty much the general overview of the EVGA software. So we'll go ahead and go back out and go into conclusion, and then we'll wrap this video up. So stick with us. Okay, now that we're all done with the overview, the up close, and of course the software. Oh, hold on. I got to clap for sync. 3, 2, 1. Okay. Now that we're all done with the close-up and, of course, the overview and the software, we're going to go ahead and talk about conclusion. Basically, what do I think about this keyboard? Is this worth your time and your money? Well, kind of. Basically, what I'm going to rate this as, this keyboard, is a great example of, yes, it is a good keyboard. It is nice and quiet because it's using a membrane switches and things like that. So if you're looking for a quiet keyboard, this has it. The actual actuation on it is, yes, it's very membrane. It's a very membrane, but it's not like a horrible membrane where it's like super mushy. It's actually quite quiet. It's very close to a brown switch, but it's still, of course, membrane. But of course, it's spill resistant. All those features, with the 3mm travel, the customized keycaps, and stuff like that. But definitely want to say it's going to be a knock against it because this is a gaming keyboard. The RGB is very lackluster. The fact that it only has very few modes, and of course, I know it is zone lit and stuff like that, which makes it a little harder to be like per key RGB like you get with most mechanical keyboards. Something like the K55 by Corsair does a better job. It has more zones and things like that, so it looks a lot better. This, I feel, they really kind of cheaped out on a little bit. And that's where it gets me to my point about this. Do I recommend this or not? I'm only going to recommend this if it's on sale. I think $50, you're asking a little much for what you get. Especially when you're comparing this against the Corsair K55, which has all these same features, the macro keys, the media keys, but it actually has up and down volume. It has a lot of features that this has, but actually does a little bit better. And sometimes the K55 you actually can find cheaper than this guy, because it's been out for a while. Also, this competes with the mechanical gaming keyboard. So, where this has the advantage of this being quieter because it's a membrane keyboard compared to the clicky of the on-game keyboard. Now, of course, you can go on to Best Buy or something and pick this up, or I don't think you can pick it up in Walmart, but I know you can pick it up at Best Buy. This is going to be what I'm going to recommend when you get it on sale. Like I said, I paid $25 for this because it was on sale. If you're looking for a nice keyboard that you're worried about, like if you spill anything on it, or hey, you're maybe going to get this as a gift for younger brother, younger sister, or stuff like that, and you don't want to spend a lot, but you want to give a nice quality keyboard, this is going to be up their alley, especially if they drink when they're gaming or something, and they spill something on it, this is going to get destroyed. There is some deck flex on this real quick. I know I didn't go in an overview, usually I do, but this time I did not. But it's still a very solid keyboard. It's plastic. So like I said, for $25, yes, I would recommend this. You're getting a lot for $25. It's a very solid keyboard. For $50, I think you're asking a little too much. I don't think it's for $50. There's too many other keyboards on the market that you can get either through Amazon or walking into your local Walmart and stuff like that. That this makes this keyboard a little hard to recommend at full price. Like I said, you can get it on sale. It's worth getting. It does have some nice features that make it a little bit better than some of the other keyboards in the market, but like I said, for $50, but for $25, yeah, I would recommend it. So that's like I said, that's gonna be my recommendation for today. I think EVGA is doing a good job at making keyboards. I just think for their next, if they want to do a budget one, give us a few more features if you're gonna. I mean, I know there's a bit of a price gap because this one's $50 and the next one above it's like $130. So there's a bit of a price gap there. I think one right in the middle would be nice. You know, like a entry-level mechanical keyboard for like maybe $75 that has, you know, a little more features than this one, but not as many as, say, something like the K15 or the Z15. Z15, I'm sorry. K, I was thinking of Corsair. So that's my review of this guy. So I hope you guys enjoyed this review. If you did like it, please leave a like. It does help out the channel. And if you're new to this channel and you like these budget reviews, consider subscribing. We do these budget reviews all the time. And of course, I do pay all this with my own money. I am not paid by any company at all. So you guys get honest reviews from me to you, so you guys know, should I spend my money on this or should I look at something else? So, and of course, new to the channel, we are doing now gameplay videos. I have 3 up on the channel, 2 of Five Nights at Freddy's and 1 of Propagation VR. They're kind of funny to watch if you want to watch me scream like a little girl. Of course, we do budget review videos, and I try to drop those every Wednesday, and we do live streams every Tuesday and Friday, which are a lot of fun. A lot of the other Wonder Dads, because Wonder Dads isn't just myself, it's a group of us. We get together and we try to do these live streams and we have fun and stuff like that. Of course, big announcement is we still have, we're getting closer to our game giveaway. Once we hit 500 subscribers on our YouTube channel, we will be doing a game giveaway. Game of your choice. And think about it, there's a lot of really good games coming out really soon. You got the new Battlefield, you got the new Call of Duty, you got Halo, you got, I mean, all kinds of stuff that's coming out, that if you're interested in, you know, entering this contest and winning, we need to get the 500 subscribers. So get out there, spread the videos around, go share us on Facebook, share us on Twitter, you know, whatever you want, whatever social media platform you want to share us on, just to again, share us on. Sorry, I had a glitch on the camera, so if it had a quick jump cut, that's why. Like I said, get us out there, share us on social media. Let's build this channel up so we can do this review, or this giveaway. Also, we are going to do a big headset giveaway, like a $250 headset, when we hit 1,000 subscribers. So let's try to get these views up. Let's get these subscribers coming, and let's have some more fun with all the stuff, all the reviews and the gameplay and the live streams that we're doing. It's a lot of fun. I don't plan on quitting this anytime soon. So I thank all you loyal subscribers that come out and watch our videos every week. I do appreciate everything you guys do for us, and possibly going to be starting a Patreon page pretty soon. Kind of help pay for all these reviews. So thank you for joining me today. Of course, I am Lemon76 of Wonder Dad Gaming. I hope to catch you on the next live stream, review video, or gameplay video. And as always,